Hello everyone, and welcome to the session of data science. In the previous session, we have learned about the R data operators. Today, we are going to discuss about how to import and export data from CSV file. Before moving ahead, I'd like to quickly introduce myself. I'm Neha Oja and I work as a software engineer in Kpro Solutions Private Limited. Kpro is a leading provider in the field of analytics, data lake, machine learning, artificial intelligence, IoT, blockchain, cloud and mobile application. So let's not waste any time and look at today's agenda. In this session, we'll learn about how to read CSV file. Then we'll learn how to analyze the CSV file. In analyzing, we'll learn how to get the number of rows and columns present in a CSV file. And then we'll learn how to get the maximum salary of an employee and get the details of the employee having the maximum salary. And at the end, we'll learn about how to write into CSV file. Reading from CSV file. Before starting reading from CSV file, one thing we should keep in mind is the file must be present in the current working directory of R. Now the question arises, how to know the current working directory of R? To know the current working directory of R, we have get.wd function. It returns the current working directory of R. Now let's suppose we have kept our file at different location and we want to access from that location. So for that, we have to set that location as the current working directory of R. And we can do it by using set.wd function. Once the file is at the current working directory of R, we can go ahead and read the file using read.csv function. Read.csv functions read the file in table format and creates a data frame out of it. Data frame is a data type in R. It's a two-dimensional array for storing the data tables. Now let's go ahead and demonstrate how to read the CSV file using RStudio. Now let's learn how to read CSV file. So our first step will be knowing what is the current working directory of R. So as we have discussed earlier, we can get the current working directory of R using get.wd function. So HP document is set as current working directory of R. Now I have kept my file at different locations, and I want to make that location as the current working directory of R. As we have discussed earlier, we can do it by using set.wd function. There's another way to do it, and that is by going to the session, then clicking on the set working directory and choosing the directory. So I'll choose my file location as current working directory. Here it is. We have set our new folder as the current working directory. Now I'll recheck what get.wd function is returning. So it's returning new folder as the current working directory of R. Now the current working directory is the file location. So now we'll go ahead and read our CSV file using read.csv function. As we have already discussed, the read.csv function gives the output in data frame format. We want to give the name of that data frame as data_csv. And now we'll use read.csv function, and in argument we will pass the name of our file. So our data frame got created. We can see our data frame by using view function. So this is the data frame which got created using read.csv. So this is how you can read the CSV file. Now as we have discussed earlier, this read.csv function returns the output as data frame. So to check that whether our data_csv is data frame or not, we can use Is.data.frame function, and then we'll pass name of our data frame. If it will return true, then data store underscore CSV is a data frame, else it is false. So here it is returning true. Hence, read.csv returns output as a data frame. Now we will analyze the CSV file we have just read. We will check what is the total number of rows and columns in our CSV file, who is getting the maximum salary, and what are the details of the person who is getting the maximum salary. We have already created data frame for our CSV file. Now let's go ahead and check how to get the maximum salary, minimum salary, total number of rows and columns, and how to get the details of a person who is getting either maximum or minimum salary. So we'll start with getting the number of rows and column present in our CSV file, and for that we have end column and end row function. Let's go ahead and check how to use that. And in argument you have to give the name of your data frame. So it's returning 4. So here is our data frame which was created earlier, and it has 4 columns: name, department, manager, and salary. So end column will return the total number of columns present in our CSV file. Now let's check what end row is returning. So end row is returning 6, and our data frame has 6 entries. So it's returning true. Now we'll check what is the maximum salary we are giving to an employee. So for that, we can use maximum function. And we print it. So 250 is the maximum salary which an employee is getting. Now let's check what is the minimum salary an employee is getting. So 50 is the minimum salary an employee is getting. Now let's suppose we want to know the details of the employee who is getting the maximum salary, and that we can achieve using subset function. I want to store the output of the subset function in a variable. Let me give that variable name as employee info. Using a subset function. And then I'll pass my data frame name as the first argument, and in second argument I'll pass the condition. I'll print this employee info. So this is the employee information we are getting. So this is how we can analyze our CSV file. Now we'll learn how to write a CSV file from the existing data frame, and that can be done using write.csv function. This is used to create the CSV file which will be created in the current working directory, and this CSV file will be created from already existing data frame. So let's see how we can achieve this. Now we'll go ahead and create a new CSV file from the data frame which we have created from our original CSV file employee.csv. So data underscore CSV is the data frame which we have created from our original CSV file, and this is the data which we have Now let's suppose we want to filter all the data where department is full, and we want to write it into a CSV file. So to do that, we will use the subset function. So we want to store this filter data in a variable called value, and we will use the subset function. The first argument will be the name of our data frame, and the second argument will be the condition where on the basis of which we want to filter our data. So our department is equal to foo. So this variable got created, and this let's check what is the value that got stored in this variable. So these three entries got stored in this variable, and all has department is equal to foo. Now let's write values which is stored in this variable into a CSV file using write.csv function. Our first argument will be the variable name where the values are stored, and our second argument will be the name of the file where we want to store this data. So our new file is created. Now we want to read this new file, and that we can do using read.csv function. So our data frame got created. Let's view this data frame. So this is our new data frame, and this is the content of our new CSV file, which has all the department containing 4. So this is how we can write a new CSV file from existing data frame. That's all for today's session. In the next session, we are going to learn how to import and export data from Excel file. We'll install different XLX packages, we'll verify and load them, and we'll read the Excel file. Thank you for watching this video. You can provide your valuable feedback in the comment section. You can also write us at feedback@kpro.co.in. To learn more about new technologies, you can subscribe our YouTube channel on blockchain, cloud, data science, ETL, Datalake, DevOps, big data testing, cloud testing. You can also follow us on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Thank you once again. Let's keep learning.